it always seems to be a little slow. So hopefully this time it works. Good morning, A.M. or good morning, football. Tyler Biotish. Some interesting thoughts on Zeke Elliott in the Cowboys season.
Back on Good Morning Football, our next guest is entering his 4th season in the NFL. He's quickly become a key player on the Dallas Cowboys offensive line. At the University of Wisconsin, please give a warm welcome to Tyler Biotish.
Regina Green, what's up?
Great. Thanks you guys for having me.
Yeah, welcome in. You just finished your 3rd year, first Pro Bowl, just a ton of success. What's your mindset now going into a contract year, big year for you guys, obviously with the Cowboys, McCarthy taking over play call, all of that. What are you thinking for yourself going into this contract year?
Yeah, just being in the top 10 in the league.
Philly D.
That's the goal. Win championship.
My GoFundMe.
Who's looked at as the standard at center? Is it Kelsey?
You can text me and I can tell you how.
Like, who's the guy you're chasing, you think?
No, I mean, you guys have Kelsey, Humphrey, there's a lot of great guys in the league, that you
hopefully different in a good way.
You guys, they do a great job in their skill sets, and you like to piece things together and put it to your own version and create the best version of yourself. So I love watching ball in general. So that was great.
Speaking of trying to become the best version of themselves, every team's trying to do that. The Cowboys, they're trying to put puzzle pieces together without one, Ezekiel Elliott. They parted ways with Zeke. Now Tony Pollard, who a lot of people have said that he can be the guy. He's the guy now. What's life going to be like without Zeke, and what's it going to be like with Tony Pollard as RB1?
For how Zeke went about, the organization, his brotherhood in the locker room, and what he's done in the community. Like we love him, and he's our brother. Yeah. And unfortunately, that's part of the business. And we're very confident with Tony and all of our backs carry that load.
What do you got, Lenny? Speaking of running backs,
Cowboys could use him.
I'm only looking at them kind of, upset because they beat us, but.
Oh, yeah, should we get that out? Like, you're good?
It's good. But like I always tell people, Zeke is a great guy. He's a great running back. And I feel like he still has it in him. Despite as running backs, we get the ball almost 90% of the time. So, of course, our body will have wear and tear.
90%. 90%.
Outstanding, man. I love everything he did this past season. I feel like
90% of the time?
He's going to be one of the great ones to come out. I'm just excited, man. And hopefully, you get what you want, and you work your tail off for it. I remember watching you with Devin White, and Devin was like, "Yeah, man, I can't let him put his hands on me." Watching that like that, so it's exciting, man. For sure.
That's cool to hear that.
Take us inside your division. We've actually been arguing that the NFC East could be one of the tightest races. And
yes.
What's going on in Washington? Big teams. The postseason last year was fascinating. I believe it was the only division to have 3 teams.
Yes, it was. No longer the NFC least.
What do you think is going to transpire in 2023, with how much better those battles are going to get just within your division?
Yeah, I mean, it's competitive, and that's the way it should be, right? I mean, battle in the trenches. You got some great O-line, D-lines, and a lot of skill set players. But no, we're ready for it. That's always the goal, is to win our division. So
when you look across your division, some of the better defensive lines in the entire NFL, Dexter Lawrence is in there. Then you have other guys in Washington, Payne and those guys. Is there one of them which you would say I can't stand as maybe as Philly and as
Can't stand Philly.
One of those teams.
Can't stand Philly.
Because their D-line are so annoying to go and talk games.
Honestly, you love those games, because your best is needed all the time, and it's a divisional game. You play them twice a year, so I mean, I love that competition. I think it just brings out the best in your skill set. So
I got one more for you. Justin Jones from the Bears was on.
James, actually, it's the first time I've seen it.
At his media availability, saying Packers fans are obnoxious. He was really talking his belief about a fan group within the division. Do you have a fan base within the division that you would say, man, those guys really drive, maybe not even the division, really drive me crazy? Let's say the way Gophers fans used to drive you crazy when you played at Wisconsin.
I mean, honestly, I don't really feel
she's trying to stir some shit up, get him to say, I hate the Eagles.
Philly, I would say.
No, they're not.
But those games you love to play, even the away games, that atmosphere. There's nothing like it, honestly. And it just brings it just brings out the best in you and like
You
that
Eagles,
ultra
yeah.
focus, that ultra mindset that you get in those types of games, and that's what he like lived to play for. You know?
That's what Lenny was talking about, going to the Superdome, because he's from Louisiana, and he was like, it was loud as hell. Now,
I didn't see it yesterday.
You
Sorry.
got a charge from it, right?
Yeah, definitely. Playing against quality teams like that, and like another place that's really loud, Chiefs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Seattle.
When you play against a team like that at their home, you're gonna expect the best. Not out
New
there,
Orleans.
but the fans too. And yes, they're gonna talk crap, but that's what it's about. That's what makes football
I'm backing it up.
one of the most entertaining sports in America. When you can sit on the bench and someone's behind you saying you suck.
But you
Whatever the
stays
case may
in.
be, yeah.
It stays in.
Definitely.
Well, when someone tells you you suck, you really...
Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great, finally, freaking Friday. I am actually having an incredible day. Didn't get a lot of work stuff done here, but it has been nice because we've been working here on the red brick house, and I got myself, listen, before I've been upstairs in a lawn chair with a sawhorse and a piece of plywood over it and having my computer there doing the live stream, okay? Which is not, it's been nice. It's been nice to be able to live stream from here, actually having a Wi-Fi system and everything, but it's not exactly that cohesive. Now, unfortunately, I didn't realize it was like 8:15. It was 8:15. Brian Wilson, shout out to you for the super chat. You're going to be added to our drawings that we're doing to help Rashid out, and I'll get back to that a little bit. But I'm actually in the kitchen right now. The Zeke fan, I am trying to be at training camp. I got to get this place finished before then, so that way I have the money to do it. So that's why I'm working like till 10, 11 o'clock at night on this place. But I'm actually in the kitchen, sitting at my island. It's not completed, but I'm sitting. I ordered a couple of bar stools. Look at this. Sitting at a bar stool here on the kitchen island where me and my bride actually had dinner, okay? I in the microwave, warmed up some hot dogs and everything else in here. We had some hot dogs, a potato salad, and everything else. You want Zeke because you love mediocrity. Sam, actually, I wish I was on my computer so that way I could actually go ahead and blast you and stuff. But I forgot to bring my computer over. It's over at my in-laws' house. So that's why I'm doing it from my cell phone along with using my tablet. So bear with me. I don't have all my bells and whistles, but we are working hard to try and get back to where we used to be or where we are when we're at home, because I'm going to have a studio here when it's done. You're doing magnificent. Well, you know, Thomas, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I got there's a person out there that talks about, you're kind of amateurish, amateur on that stuff. You make mistakes, this, that, and the other. Well, basically, I'm showing you everything in real time that happens here at this house, and some things work out great. Sometimes things aren't perfect. This isn't House and Garden TV where they build a house in a whole hour and they have the fake drama and everything else. This is actually real life of everything I'm going through on doing this. And if you think rebuilding a 200-year-old house is just like framing up a spec house, you don't know anything out there. Just don't. But it's all cool because I really appreciate it. Update on Rashid. Okay, so here's what we got with Rashid. Rashid at the moment is staying at my house. Rashid had, beginning of April, and I don't want to get too much into his business, but beginning of April, he had 3 of his toes amputated because of type 2 diabetes. He also has kidney issues and has been in the hospital. In fact, he was in the hospital, got out on Sunday, and we're doing what we can to help him out. He's actually getting around a lot better than I thought he was going to be able to. There's something about hope. When we went to see him on Saturday at the hospital, he really looked down in the dumps. Since that time, he's gotten out of the hospital. He's had some people that actually care about him. I know he's a Giant fan and all that, but care about him. that are helping, and the donations that you guys have done are going to help go to getting him a permanent place to stay. With his toes amputated, he's going to be going on disability, and going to need some help to kind of get going. And see, this is what life's about. And before I get into Zeke, I want to say something here, okay? Something that happened to me today. Actually, it didn't happen to me, but it happened, and I was part of it. There's the Walmart right across the street. And at first, I was like, I don't know about having a Walmart across the street, man. That's a terrible thing. I got to say, I love having the Walmart across the street. Reason why I love it is, well, before we had a bathroom in here, we were able to go over there and use the bathroom. And it's real nice because if you run out of something, you just go over to Walmart. You need some ketchup, go to it's literally right there. I can get my groceries and I can wheel the cart to the end of the parking lot, and it's just across the street, carry my bags in the grocery. Don't even have to drive to the grocery store. So it's great. So I was coming out the grocery store because I got some hot dogs and stuff to make dinner, because I said, honey, we're going to eat here at the bar. See, look, we're sitting here. Look, this is the bar, okay? Now, it's got to be built out a little bit further and stuff like that. But I wanted to do a test with the bar stools, right? So I'm walking out of Walmart, and I'm going across the parking lot. And there's this lady who works at Walmart. And I see her because sometimes she'll come outside by her car. She'll pull out a lawn chair, and she'll sit out there, and she'll talk about how nice the house looks and stuff. And we said, we appreciate it. Oh, let me turn that down. Okay. So I can see the live chat. And she's ahead of me walking out, right? Probably about 40 feet or so. There's a lady and a child that are right behind her. The lady who works there at Walmart dropped a little bag, and the little bag looks like, of course, like a pharmacy bag, right? The people that were in front of me, she steps over sees it fall, steps over it, and just keeps on walking. Didn't say a word, didn't pick it up and say, hey, you dropped something. She literally did nothing. I stopped, picked it up, and I said, hey, I said, I'm not stalking you. You dropped the bag. And she came back and said, oh my God. She said, that's some medicine for my son. She said, I'm just kind of like out of it. She said, thank you so much. She said, I would have been lost if I had lost this prescription. I appreciate it. And I'm just sitting there thinking, what the hell is wrong with people? How is it? All she had to do was say, hey, you dropped something. You dropped the bag. And you didn't have to pick it up. You didn't have to pick it up, drive it to her house or something. You literally did nothing. The woman was only 15 feet in front of her. Are you look and don't and I could tell she saw it fall because the way she overemphasized stepping over it. And this brought me back to, why are we such assholes to each other? Why is it we don't give that costs nothing. That literally costs nothing. Wow, M. Sam. I'm just mystified by people these days. It just makes no sense to me whatsoever. I'm trying to see if I can find the chat here. Can't seem to find my own live stream so I can see the chat on my desktop here. So there we go. Oh, there it is. Fine. Okay, got it. All right. So there we go. Oh, there it is. Fine. Okay, got it. All right. So okay. So now I got myself in here. Let me. Why can't I find the damn? Okay, the volume. All right. Sorry. This is what happens when I don't have my computer set up. Okay. So now I can see the chat. No common courtesy, and that's where we as people need to start acting like we got some sense. We used to care about people, and I want to see that happen again, okay? And I know that there's a lot of you guys out there that care about each other. The way you guys have helped Rashid, it has honestly been a godsend, and that's one of the reasons why I think he's feeling so much better, because, you know, you've got hope, and we all should have hope. And speaking of hope, I'm also sick and tired of everybody always going after the Dallas Cowboys, talking smack about how we ain't gone to the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, Eagle fans, you know, congratulations on finally getting one, but it took you 51 years. 51 years, okay? You ain't nothing special. You're not anything special. Get over yourself. Now, everybody has been talking about Zeke Elliott should return. And Dwight Sweeney, I'm with you on that one. Thanks, James. Yeah, we've been working hard on the house, man. The kitchen is relatively clean, and all I got to do is finish building the cabinets, basically, and Jet to finish the tile and grout it. But we're getting a lot closer. But with Zeke, here's my thing. I want you to think about the Dallas Cowboys in 2014. 2014, we had the number 3 rushing offense in the NFL with 2,300 yards. DeMarco Murray rushed for 1,800 yards. They ran him till the wheels literally fell off. The question you have to ask was that DeMarco Murray? Or was that actually the offensive line? Because when you look at his production other years before we ended up getting what was the Great Wall of Dallas 2, you had to look at 2014 and how good that offensive line was. You had Tyron Smith not missing games. You had a young Zach Martin. You had Travis Frederick. You had 3 Pro Bowl offensive linemen at their peak. You had Tony Romo having an incredible year. And I'm not saying that DeMarco Murray wasn't a good running back, but he was a product of that offensive line. To prove that, the next year, Tony Romo gets hurt, plays in 4 games. You know, we got Matt Castle and Brandon Wheaton, you know, stay off the weed, right? We couldn't pass the ball to save our life. But here's what's interesting is, we only dropped 400 yards in production having Darren McFadden and Joseph Randle as the running backs. We still had 1,900 yards. Now, mind you, that's basically what we rushed for last year with Joseph Randle and Darren McFadden, who the 3 previous years before that year was averaging 3.8 yards a carry. So what that tells you is the scheme and the offensive line have a lot to do with the production of the running back. We didn't go off the face of the earth, even though we didn't have we were no threat with passing the football. And we had an aging good back in Darren McFadden and the underwear bandit in Joseph Randle. The Cowboys' offensive line will be better. To me, the problem with having Zeke back is everybody has in your mind, here's the thing that you have in your mind. You don't think about where a player is now. You think about the Zeke of old. Yes, somebody said 12 TDs is in production. Yeah, I'm not going to say that Zeke Elliott isn't a battering ram, that he's not going to be able to get some yards, short yardage. That's not Tony Pollard's thing. But punching it in, that's about what Zeke is good for. And the Cowboys' offense is changed. I don't know if you guys realize this. This is not where we're looking at a battering ram as a running back. We're looking to be more dynamic and faster. And that's definitely not Zeke. Now, if you can get Zeke a couple $1 million, and he understands, okay, not only him, but the coaching staff that he's no longer a starting back. He is not scheduled to get 15 to 20 carries a game. You might get 5 or 6. You're going to be doing some blocking. You are not Zeke of 2 or 3 years ago. You're Zeke trying to hold on. Mark, can I send you some beats? Sure. Email me cowboysmark94@gmail. That's cool. So that's where you start having to say, Zeke, we got to have a real conversation, bro. Because here's the thing that you have to wonder. If nobody else, and I mean nobody else, wants him, nobody else, that doesn't give you a pause? Have you heard about Zeke going on any team visits anywhere? Reason being is people believe he's spent. And don't think that I am anti-Zeke. I love Zeke. I bought a big spoon of spork, last year, so that way we can eat. I still have them. I'd love to be able to see we're eating. But unfortunately, as much as I hate to admit it, I convinced myself differently at the time. When we were at the point of signing Zeke to a long-term contract, I said, take a look at the statistics. I said, generally speaking, there's always a few exceptions to every rule. Adrian Peterson is truly the exception. But typically, most running backs after year 4 go downhill. And I tried to say, Zeke's going to be different. Zeke hasn't been injured. He hasn't had major injuries and things like that. He's been helped. I tried to convince myself of it. But damn if the numbers didn't work out the same way. And you start looking around at Derrick Henry, big contract. Did they do anything with that? No. You look at Todd Gurley, 1 year into his contract, he was gone from the Rams. You look at Zeke Elliott. The only one that's still kind of going is Christian McCaffrey, but you've seen him injured 2 of the 3 years of that contract. Dalton Schultz is looking impressive. That's because you've been looking at garbage every year, Eastside. But go ahead. You can tell me Noah Brown looks great too? How's Noah Brown looking? He's no Herschel Walker or Tony Dorsett. That's right. Boys, Lola, Miss Hot Sauce. I'm eating a hot tamale here. Okay. Nope, he's not looking good. Well, for the Dak Prescott haters out there, somebody was talking about C.J. Stroud, Eastside. Here's something good news for you, Eastside. That they said that he has command of the huddle and has great leadership skills. I'm sorry. Actually, that was Noah Brown that said that. That reminds him of Dak Prescott. Cole Beasley, who, when he left Dallas, kind of threw him under the bus and said, it's nice being in Buffalo where the emphasis is football play on the field. Cole Beasley literally said, Dak Prescott, leadership skills were the best by far of any quarterback that he's worked with. 3 years with Josh Allen and 4 games with Tom Brady. I'm just saying. Oh, Sheila, what's up? Christy Marie, how you doing? Shout out to the ladies. I don't have my computer here. It's back at my in-laws' house. I didn't have enough time to go back over there, pick it up and bring it back. So we're doing it gangster style here. Texans also got Malik Collins to extension 20 million years. Yeah, well, way to go on that one. Stroud and Dell looking good. So, Eastside, so let me see if I got this straight. So, you basically say our trash is your treasure? Is that what you're saying, Eastside? that your team is so bad that guys that just really didn't do much here are great players on your roster? Okay. Text, let's see. So you signed Malik Collins to a $20 million extension, and you're still ass. Is that correct? What's up, Ruben? Mark Smith, how are you doing? Nope. Eastside. So Eastside, do you think you'll win more than 6 games this year? Will that be a success for you? Alan Williams. Yeah, Alan, you sent it to me on Monday, didn't you? Mike takes care of the shipping. He's actually back home. I'll make sure that he has it. But I think I'm almost positive we got that. It's a new era. Oh. Keep hope alive, Eastside. Keep hope alive. You might, well, no. You're not getting past Jacksonville. Eastside. You don't have a quarterback. Okay, CJ Stroud, he might be decent, but he's still a rookie. Come. I need my sound machine. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. I'm dying laughing, not that to see someone fall, but when someone got on the Eagles shirt, plus falls. Okay. Brian, yes, we are sending stuff out weekly, okay? There is about 450 of you guys out there, and we have to kind of send it out about 25 to 50 a week because I ain't got that kind of money to send it all at one time. So I have to make some. We basically are spending about $250 a week right now in shipping. So blue balls. Lola, I'll have to check and see if Michael sent your blue balls yet. I think what Michael did was he ended up doing all of the super fans first. The tailgate members were making the shot glass holders, so theirs hasn't gone out yet. So he's now going from, and I believe he's gotten all of the super fans out. Now he's starting on all the Mojo crew. You'll pay for your shipping? Okay. Lola, I'll be back home either tomorrow night or Father's Day on Sunday. Don't forget Dad, by the way. And I'll make sure that it goes out for you and send a little something extra for you. Dak Prescott is like a surgeon on the football field, and he dissects the defensive. Jeffrey Hubbard, you are probably one of the few fans out there that are saying things like that. Dak's going this nice season and still hasn't done anything. Laugh out loud. Let me see. Hasn't done anything? Are you sure about that? Seems like he beats your ass all the time. Am I wrong? Because it seems like the Eagles don't do anything against Dak. People don't like sophomore quarterbacks. Well, I got 12 1-yard rushing TDs. Well, the only player in the NFL to do it, and if he's so good, a free agent unemployed, if he's so important. There you go. 9th season, what? I believe it wasn't until about then was when Peyton Manning started winning his Super Bowls. But I digress. But that's cool. You know what, Eagles? I love how you joke. I love how you joke on a guy who seems to own your ass. He may not own the 49ers, but he owns your ass. Bachman Taylor overdrive. Hurts is going down this year. Let's see if Hurts has that same season this year. Now that, because here's the problem. Couple of things. Couple things might be a problem for Jalen Hurts. And last year didn't hurt the team, surprisingly. So the Eagles are canceling their minicamp. Buffalo, without Stephon Diggs really being there, basically said, we're going to end this shit early, so we try and work on that situation. You guys, I'm surprised that you're not doing a minicamp having 2 new coordinators. That doesn't bother you guys? Also, 7 new starters. 7 new starters, a new offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator, and a Super Bowl hangover. I'll drink to that. Doesn't bother you guys at all? None of this gives you guys pause. Automatically, you think you're going to be great. An emotional bum of a head coach. Eagles have a lot of rookies on their defense. Eagles safety room and linebacker room is trash. Wishful thinking for Super Bowl hangover. So let me make sure I get this straight. Eagles fans, you guys are so good that not only are you going to beat the NFC East curse that has been 19 years. Who's had more success since 2000? Yeah, 2000. Because that's when football started in 2000. That's when there was no football back then. Oh, I forgot. Football ended after 1960. Wow. Shout out to Philly D. Damn. $49 super chat for the Rashid Fund. Damn. You'll be entered into the drawing too as well. Appreciate you, Philly D. Okay, so hold on. Football ended in 1960. Kind of like during World War II when they took a pause. Right? And then didn't start back up until 2017. You Eagle fans are as bad as Colin Cowherd. Colin Cowherd. Oh, I like to throw out the rookie season because, well, Dak Prescott was good his rookie season and Carson Wentz wasn't. And I'm trying to make the case that Carson Wentz is better than Dak Prescott. What? The funny thing is, Eagles, let's stop for a second here. Eagles, you have been in the NFL since 1933. If you take your world championships, now understand, Cowboys didn't come into existence until 1960. 60. Yeah. If you take your world championships and your Super Bowl victory, you still haven't caught up to the Cowboys in Super Bowls. I get it. We've been ass since the 90s. It's true. It's not like you guys overtook us in that time. It's not like you guys did something like the Cowboys of the 90s or the Cowboys of the 70s. See, we've had two dynasties. Two dynasties. How many dynasties have y'all had in the modern era of football? Have you had one? Oh, okay. And I'm going to say, you had your chance. You had your chance. You had your chance last year. Sorry. I'm betting. I'm going to take the field. Eagles or the field? I'm going to take the field. What's up, Gina? Dallas Diva. What's going on? I'm sorry. Stacy Schubert. Shout out to Stacy Schubert. Lady Libra, how are you doing? I'm sorry, ladies. It's been tiring down here, and I don't have my usual computer set up so I can go back through. But you know, I can't live without you guys. What's up, Twiz Digger? 5-1. The field. I'll take the field over the Eagles. Apparently, stop lying in the past, bro. We won in 17 and went back. You can't say nothing about the Cowboys. Oh, I can say we went to back-to-back Super Bowls and won, took a pause for 1 year and went back and won another one. Get back to me. Get back to me when you can win one back-to-back. Oh, I'm sorry. How about you get back to me when you can win a second one? How about that? One decent season doesn't make a dynasty. Thank you. Do we understand the definition? Eagle fans, do you understand the definition of a dynasty? Like the Ming Dynasty, or you think about the Roman Empire? Those are things that have longevity more than, well, do you actually count this season with the Super Bowl loss? I don't think you can count this season. I don't think you can. It was a good season. You took care of the lesser teams. You beat up on the Giants. You beat up on the Commanders. Oh, no, actually, you lost to the Commanders, didn't you? Oh, you did. Okay. Oh, Philly did. Come, Philly D. Come, Philly. Wait a minute. Philly D. Pot, meat, kettle. Meat, kettle, Philly D. If you Eagle fans say the Cowboys didn't do shit since the 90s, you can't go back to 1948 and 49 when my dad was 10 years old. 10 years old. Alicia, what's up, Alicia? Explorer's Life. Seriously. My dad was 10. You can't say, Cowboys, you haven't done shit since the 90s, and then turn around and say, we got back-to-back world championships in 1948-49. When there was only 10 teams. Trying to hit. Thank you, Chris. History is history. Thank you, Philly D. You just made the point. History is history. So if you say that, you're counting those two back-to-back ones, then you have to count all 5 of the Dallas Cowboys ones. All 5 of them. And 3 in 4 years. We won 2 in the 70s, got robbed of 1 of those against the Steelers. 2 in the 70s, 3 in the 90s, went to 8 total. And FYI, anybody who says I'm a bandwagon one, I remember all of them. I don't really remember the game. I remember my dad being sad when the Cowboys lost to the Colts. But I remember us beating the Miami Dolphins. Actually, Byron, I have to say this. One of the guilty pleasures I have in life is trolling the trolls. I actually, my wife is always like, you just like to fight. No. I just like to make people eat crow. And Jasmine, what's up, Jasmine? How are you doing? And if you go around the circles with an idiot long enough, they're going to trip over themselves. Just like, I'm sorry, Philly D, you know I love you. You know I love you. But when you went back to, well, we had back-to-back, I got you there, buddy. I got you. Now you're claiming what you had before. See? Boom. And that's fun. That's always fun because it's like, yeah, I got you. All right. How many of you guys, just comment in here, and I don't know how to do a poll when I'm doing for my cell phone. I wish I could. How many people honestly think we're a better team bringing Zeke back? Because I sit here and say, I actually like Ronald Jones. I think Ronald Jones, who doesn't have the wear and tear on his body, who's averaged 4.3 yards a carry, right? If the offensive line, Dalvin Cook, see, that's another. See, here's the problem. If you go out, here's the problem of the big name back now. If you go out and get Dalvin Cook, you're going to end up using Dalvin Cook more maybe than you should. And unfortunately, football has changed. Let me ask you, when was the last time you had a great running back be part of the Super Bowl team? Terrell Davis. It's not that we haven't had great running backs. Adrian Peterson, think about this for a second. Think about this for a second. I want to say Adrian Peterson played in 2 playoff games. Let that sink in. 2 playoff games. Derrick Henry, he was the whole offense. Sometimes you end up having a great running back and you say, we're just going to rely on the run. Marshawn Lynch, true. But Marshawn Lynch, he was good, but Marshawn Lynch was not the leading back in the league. He was never like a Russian champion. And Marshawn Lynch, much like Russell Wilson, benefited from having one of the best defense in the history of football. When you have a defense that's number 1 in scoring defense, number 1 in yardage, and number 1 in taking the football away, yeah, all you do is run the football. That's all you do. Marshall Faulk. Okay, I'll give you that one, but that was 97? Greatest show on turf? So we're saying in the last 25 years, I'll ask, okay, let me rephrase it this way. What's the best running back in the 2000s to win the Super Bowl? I'll wait because I don't know. What was the best running back in the 2000s that was on a Super Bowl winning team? I can't think of a single great back that did. Look at Barkley. Barkley's been good when he's been healthy. They finally made the playoffs this year. Won 1 playoff game. Okay. Zeke, great running back. How many times? 3 times in the playoffs. Derrick Henry, they're always one and done. Dalvin Cook, 2 times in the playoffs, maybe. Dwight Sweeney, you didn't answer my question because you couldn't. C-Main, that never goes. That's what happened. Ronald Jones' issues was putting football on the ground. I hope those days are over. Gurley, dude. Gurley got them to a Super Bowl. I'll give you Gurley he's one of the few. He's probably the best one to make the Super Bowl. I'll give you that one. Beyond that. So 1 in 23 years. It's a myth. Okay. Yes, you can say Reggie Bush. But do you really look at Reggie Bush as one of the great running backs? Like a Derrick Henry? Philly D? Do you look and say that we've got a bellwether bellwether? It's a bellwether? I'm sick of this shit! Gina, good if them Widers. Are you going back to Terrell Davis? I mean, Terrell Davis. Okay, I mean, they did say Marshall Faulk. Marshall Faulk I forgot about Marshall Faulk, was after Davis, but that was still not in the 2000s. You don't see, what was the guy at Tennessee before with the girls? Chris Johnson, remember him being a 2,000-yard back? Did he ever make the playoffs? Tiki Barber. Was Tiki Barber a bellwether back? He was a good one. But I'm going to say, I'm talking about your Adrian Petersons. I'm talking your Dalvin Cooks. I'm talking your Derrick Henrys. Edwin James, but see, the edge, but that's like 90. What year was that? No, Edge was okay. Edwin James was Colts 2006, 7, 8. Okay, but it's safe to say, not a lot. Can we at least agree on that one? Can we look at it and say we had Zeke Elliott, who was beasting and rushing champion, and we didn't bust a grape in the playoffs? So now that he's half the player, getting half the yards, now we're going to say we can do it with him? Seriously? Beast mode. Brian Westbrook was not. He was not one of the big ones. I'm with you. I can't think of one running back. Brian Wilson. There's decent ones, but I'm just looking at it and saying, you have to understand, back in my day, growing up, yes, it was 3 yards in a cloud of dust. You had to be able to run the ball. Shout out to you, Brian Wilson. Everybody did a super chat tonight or became a channel member will be added into our drawings that we'll do Monday night. Monday night, we'll be giving away another one of the plaques. We'll give away, I think, the Playmaker. Maybe we'll do the Playmaker. Marshawn Lynch. Let me show that. Jasmine Gills, you were blocked on JC's count. Okay, network. Okay. I would bring it up what I want, but I'm not going to abuse the rents. Trust me, there's times I just want to roast y'all, but I only correct narrative. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Philadelphia. You got free license tonight. Free license. It's the off season of things. Okay. What about the offensive line? That's the bigger thing here, because that was my original point, is if your offensive line is really good, you can get away with lesser talent. You can look at the Eagles having the best offensive line in football, and yes, I'm giving you guys credit. You had the best offensive line in football. When you have a great offensive line, when you have guys who can open up holes, when you have guys who can keep the defenders off the quarterback, your quarterback will look better. Your running backs and running game will look better. You will be able to control the ball in the clock, and you will get more wins. Everything starts from the offensive line and defensive line out. Jasmine, what am I working on? You're the best. Oh, wait a minute. Handyman? Handyman, really? Really? Just a handyman? I'm really more of a jack of all trades, master of none, but it's better than the master of just one. Because I can fix your plumbing. I can take care of your pipes. I can lay some wood. I can cut some wood. I can stand some wood up. I work with hardwoods. I can do electrical. I can do drywall, siding. I can do it all. Just like that. A handyman, he's the kind of guy that comes and unclogs your garbage disposal, or, maybe puts a roof shingle on. But I build cabinets and furniture. But that's okay, Jasmine. Thank you very much for the compliment. Yes, this is a 200-year-old house. Okay? See. That's the microwave cabinet, the pantry that I'm building. And I'm sitting here at an island. That's 200-year-old wood. So ladies, there's nothing wrong with old wood. This wood that I'm sitting here right now, this wood used to be the floor joists in the kitchen. The floor joists that were under the house now get to be seen. With all the respect, damn, y'all ain't got no. They don't need it, Lola. They don't deserve any respect. They don't deserve any respect. They just don't. They don't. It's all good. Mark had too many Mike's Hard Lemonade. This is my first. But I tell you what, it's so nice actually having a refrigerator and a bathroom. DeMarco Murray bought the whole O-line, Mac computers back in the day. Eagle fans. You know what? If I have one wish, I mean, I would say to have a whole lot of money to be able to help a whole lot of people. Because that's what I would do. But I don't know that I'd waste that wish on that. As much as it's needed, if I had one wish, it would be for the Eagles to go through pain. Pain. To literally go through, say, a 5-12 season. I would literally love to see that. Could you imagine with all of the hype? All of the hype that's been the Eagles, all the trust. Because see, I'm going to say 2017. Let me take you strolling back, okay? Now, I don't want to think about that because the draft was in Philadelphia, which was nice, and I may be the one that jinxed it. (2017). That summer, the New York Giant fans were all on me, just like you Eagle fans are right now. Because the Giants ended up beating the Cowboys twice that season. Oh, they were feeling so good. Oh my God. Chris Sims had them as a Super Bowl favorite. Angelica Barron. What's up, Angelica? How you doing? Oh, they were feeling so good. Jasmine, yes. I'm sorry, I saw that in there and got talking about the Eagles because they make you lose your mind. Definitely will email me or send me a message on Instagram or CowboysMark94 Gmail. That's probably the best thing is email me because I don't always check Instagram or what's that? Facebook and WhatsApp were down. Okay. So that means Instagram will probably be tomorrow. But CowboysMark94 at Gmail, like 94 like Charles Haley or Mark Holmes. Cowboys, like the Dallas Cowboys, Mark with a K, because only real men spell with a K. And 94 at Gmail. Aisha Robinson. Shout out to Aisha Robinson on her way home from work. What's up? You work with the Mets, don't you? Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there in the chat. Shout out to them. And don't forget Dad. Y'all don't forget Mom. Don't forget Dad. All right, got you. Now I'm losing my mind. Oh, Giant fans trolled the hell out of me. Oh my God. They were just like you Eagles cockroaches. And then we opened up the season. We kicked their ass. And I didn't hear from them anymore the rest of the season. And I dare say, I don't think they've won a game against us since. So there's that. So if I have one wish, it would be the Eagles to go about 5-12. So we could see a weekly meltdown of Philly 500. So we can literally see him just lose his damn mind. And of course, we won't see any of you Eagle fans. Keith Bachman, take care, brother to the sheets. Shout out to Keith Beacham. Appreciate that. We will add you to the drawing that we'll do on Monday night. Wish for them not to have any rings. Well, they got one. Eastside Herald, I'm on my way home now. Okay. I hope your mom's doing better, Ace Robinson. Jet, actually, shout out to my man Jet. Jet's mom has had a slow growing cancerous tumor in her brain for 14 years. And it had gotten really, really bad. And I hate to say this, but man, she went to these doctors in Philadelphia. And other doctors were like, no, we can't do it. There's nothing we can do on that one. They said, no, we got a procedure that'll take it out. So she had surgery on it and they got it out. They got all of it out. And so they feel great about the prognosis. So shout out to the doctors, the Philly doctors in New York. Oh, excuse me, the Philly doctors that worked on her. Philly doctors in New York. So, yeah. So hopefully she makes a full recovery. Hey, Miss Gibson, how are you doing? Angelica, where are you going? All right, well, we're coming down the home stretch here, and I'm going to lock the place up. I hope you guys have enjoyed this kitchen chat. I've actually been very, very comfortable sitting here on the bar in the kitchen here at the Red Brick House, and I look forward to actually doing a lot of stuff from here. It was funny today because my wife said, I feel like we're playing house. I said, because this is our house. I said, but I can't wait till we make it a home. I was talking about you, Gina, flying. Oh, yeah, shout out. Gina Dallas Diva. That Hilton that you stayed at that's right there on the bay waters, I stayed there when the Super Bowl was in San Francisco at that very same one. The airport is literally across the way from it, but there was a spot that we walked. You could just literally walk down, and I would get down there and I would just see the seagulls and the ducks and everything else. And it was just like beautiful just seeing the waterfront down there. Great hotel. And it was basically kind of in the middle of where the San Francisco's stadium was. And then, of course, going down to San Francisco and going down the waterfront and the pier and everything else. It's beautiful out there. And the crazy thing about San Francisco is the Wi-Fi was insane. And that was like 7-8 years ago. I was like uploading 10-minute videos in like 3 seconds. It's like, damn, shit was fast. But be careful, Gina, getting back home. Mickey, shout out to you, Mickey. We try hard. Bless it all. I'm upset. Lola won't say hi. All right. All right, Philly D. I don't know. You know, some of you Eagles, you know, y'all been hard on a brother. Y'all have been hard. I mean, y'all have been rough. It's hard to be nice to you guys when you guys are constantly spitting in our face. You know what I'm saying? You constantly keep spitting in our face and you expect, well, I don't know why they're not saying hi. Kramer Malone shouting out, shout out Jobu Superfan. Kramer, you should have gotten your package probably, although it's got to go all the way to Hawaii. 24 months of being a super fan. Shout out to you, buddy. Oh, Philly D, so many Eagles mods in here. Nice, Kramer. Yes, it is, Mark. I will. All right. So, did we decide? Do we want Zeke back? Or are we moving on? I think at this point, it's hard. How do I say goodbye to what we had? But I think it's time to say, Zeke, we love you. But it's time to move on. I'm going to probably get a lot of hate from people on that one, but can't play forever. Not an elite level. All right, good people. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, as well as you ladies. Thank everybody for the donations that you guys have done for Rashid. He's doing much, much better. We're hoping that within the next month and a half, that we can get him a place to stay. Because I can't hear about the Giants in my house. I just can't. Yeah. Here's what's funny though. The only blankets I put down there for are Cowboys blankets. And I've turned the AC down to about 69, so it's cold. It's cold down the basement. So he's got no choice but to keep warm with a Cowboys blanket. All right, that's the way I roll, y'all good people. As always, I appreciate you guys so much. I look forward to doing the live streams with you guys. I apologize that I have not been doing things as much as I should be doing, but I'm just trying to get this place together. And before I get out of here, let me see if I can give you guys a better look around here. Oh, if I can stand up. Okay, this is our kitchen. Oh shit, my knees are cracking. This is the island that I'm building. Got our stove, my cabinets and everything else that are in there. Doing the trim and stuff on through here. Boom, got our refrigerator. Our farm sink will go over here with cabinets going around. And when you go, oh man, we're still debating on the trim being black out here. But when you look into the kitchen, see, it's like a picture frame. You see the picture frame there, you see the antique heart pine wood, and then you see the other window that draws you to the outside. This is the original log cabin part of the house that we've been working on, and it's getting there, but I definitely love. Look at that. If you guys remember, Michael fell through the floor right there. But it's nice being able to walk around through the kitchen and going into the fridge. And then in here, here's our bathroom. Some more of the wood that we reclaimed. It's kind of crazy with the floor, but got the nice shower here that'll be like a car wash when we get done. And we're trying to get this done so I can enjoy football season. So if I'm not on here, shout out to Angelica Baron tailgate member. This is one of the original doors right here. Took this out today to start getting it stripped out so we can actually get it painted up. Had to put it back on so I can lock the door, but there you go. That's the kitchen. I think it looks pretty good. But I tell you what, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here because I'm tired. And I'm going to be back here about 8:30, 9 o'clock tomorrow. 1,800 square foot. It's an old 200-year-old house. Dan, Mark, I see dollar signs all throughout that house. Well, here's what you see. It's been done on a very tight budget with no money and a lot of work by me, my wife, my son, getting together and getting this together. It has been a labor of love, to say the least. And I can't wait to get it done and be able to have people over. I'm thinking about actually doing a couple of games from here. In-house work is the best. Saves a lot of money. You're right about that. All right, so good people, I appreciate y'all. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And don't forget Dad. Please don't forget Dad. Please don't, unless you forgot Mom. If you forgot Mom, you better forget Dad, because then you're going to be in trouble. All right, good people. God willing, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.